Look, quick question. Have you ever spent $2,500 on something reasonable and then spent the next few months saying, why does my bank account feel stuck? Like, you're not reckless, you're not gambling your paycheck away, you're just making normal adult purchases. A phone upgrade, a furniture set, a vacation you deserved, a new laptop because the old one kinda works, and somehow savings doesn't grow. Here's the thing. It's not always the $2,500 that hurts you. It's what that $2,500 silently destroys in your future. My name is Jack, and I spend way too much time thinking about everyday money habits and long-term financial decisions. If you're someone who earns money but still feels like savings never grows and emergencies hit way too hard, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not provide financial advice. The core idea. Okay, let's talk about the $2,500 decision. Because most people think saving is about discipline, but in real life, saving is about one or two key decisions that change your entire trajectory. And this is where it gets really interesting. A small purchase doesn't just cost money once. It often triggers what I call the financial domino effect. You buy the thing, then you upgrade the accessories, then you maintain the vibe, then you normalize the spending. Then your monthly budget quietly inflates. Now, you might be thinking, Jack, it's only $2,500. That's not life-changing. True, it's not life-changing as a bill, but it can be life-changing as a lost decade of compounding. The math that makes people uncomfortable. Let's do simple math. If you invest $2,500 and leave it alone, over time it grows. Historically, broad stock markets have averaged roughly about 10% per year long-term before inflation. That doesn't mean it will happen every year, it's just a commonly cited long-term average. Now watch this. $2,500 invested at 10% for 10 years becomes about $6,500. For 20 years, it becomes about $16,800. For 30 years, about $43,600. So that normal purchase isn't just $2,500. It's potentially $6K, $16K, or $40K plus, depending on time. Here's what most people don't realize. The real cost isn't the number. The real cost is the time you lose. Because that $2,500 usually comes from the exact place that builds freedom, your margin. And when margin disappears, you don't just lose money, you lose options.
This is where people get fooled. Your brain treats purchases as events, but your finances behave like a system. A purchase feels like one time, but your lifestyle learns it as, this is normal now. And once something becomes normal, you defend it. That's why people can earn more and still feel broke, because the goalpost moves. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. We quickly get used to improvements and then need more to feel the same satisfaction. So your $2,500 decision becomes part of a pattern. I work hard, I deserve upgrades. I'll save later. I'll catch up next month. And next month becomes next year. The 10 years of savings part. Let's make it painfully realistic. Imagine you're trying to save $250 a month. That's already hard for most people. Now you make a $2,500 purchase. That purchase just erased 10 months of savings. But it's worse than that, because most people don't pause spending afterward. They keep living at the same level. So the real loss becomes the $2,500 plus the delayed savings, plus the compounding, plus the new normal lifestyle. That's how a small decision can cost you years. Not because you're dumb, because the system is sneaky.
So what do you do with this? Not never buy anything. That's not real life. Here are a few learning-based rules you can try immediately. Rule 1. The 72-hour pause for anything over $250. If you still want it after 3 days, cool. If you don't, you just saved yourself from a fake need. Rule 2. Ask the compounding question. Would I rather have this or the future version of this money? Not forever, just enough to think clearly. Rule 3. Create a freedom fund auto transfer. Even small, because automation beats motivation almost every time. Rule 4. Buy the upgrade only when it solves a real problem. Boredom is not a problem. Marketing makes it feel like one. I've seen this over and over. 2 people, same income. One buys upgrades whenever life feels stressful. The other buys fewer things but buys time. And time is the ingredient that creates options. Not hype, not luck, not perfect stock picks, just time plus consistency. So here's the real question. What's the last $2,500 decision you made that you felt in your finances afterward? Drop it in the comments. Seriously, other people need to see they're not alone. If this helped, hit like. It tells YouTube you want more of this kind of content. And subscribe if you want practical money psychology and simple systems that make sense in real life.